Gary and Tommy are just about to move in. To your ears. Aussie is more than just home loans. Now they help you find, buy and own all in one place. Visit aussie.com.au.
It's the one and only
Carrie Bickmore.
And Tommy Little.
This
Is Carrie and Tommy.
Yeah, welcome to another Carrie and Tommy podcast. You got to make sure you're following on the socials at Carrie Tommy Show. How are you guys going?
Oh, I've had a real roller coaster of a day.
Are we on an up or a down at the moment?
No, we're back up.
What's happened? What's
Oh, wait,
going
is
on?
up good?
And up's good.
On a roller coaster? I thought the down was the good.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
The
tricky,
down is the
yeah.
fun bit. I've been on a seesaw.
Oh,
Hang on, which one's good?
Yeah.
On a
Just tell us what's
seesaw?
been going on in your day.
I read, as you know, I'm a well-read individual, and I read a headline, this common drink increases the risk of serious heart condition. And then I read down a little further. I thought, what could it possibly be? It said things like Diet Coke, diet sodas, or no-sugar sodas, they can really increase. And if you're aged between 37 and 73, that's me. And
It's
it
a
said,
wide age group, 37 to 73.
that's your Tinder age range. And it said it can increase your risk of atrial fibrillation, which in the States is the leading cause of, thank you, that was close, the leading cause of stroke, which it sounded
Is it-
like I had during trying to
Is
attempt
it
to say
because
that.
it's got that thing in it? What's that thing when it's not
Well,
real?
Carrie,
That
don't worry, because you're
diet-
still on the up. But then the down came when I read how much you've got to drink.
Okay.
It's if you drink over 2 litres per day. And I was like, I think I'm fine. That's over 6 cans a day. I'm only having one. I've got room to move. I'm back on the up.
how good.
What a roller coaster.
Thank you. How are you, Carrie?
Seesaw. I'm good.
What have you been reading today?
I
God,
finished
nothing.
my book and I can't get into a new one, to be honest. I finished 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And
What is
good
that?
book.
Who's
Good book.
Evelyn? Who's Hugo?
Wait, hold on. Have you finished the series that he gave you to read?
I paused for a bit. I just found it a lot. And then
Whoa.
producer Bell gave me this other book, and it's great. If you haven't read it, go read it. But I need a new one. DM me if you've got a new one for me to read. Anyway, lots coming up on the show today. A trip to Fiji
Yes.
is on the line. There's money on the line for the time game. It's $1,400 now.
Not bad.
But up next, I think I'm at the point my nana was at about 65. I've entered it early and I'm ready to go with it. I just have some questions I need to ask the people first.
Incontinence next.
Carrie and Tommy.
So
So,
I always thought it was weird when I was a kid that my grandma, in fact, all my nanas, used to go have their hair set every Monday.
set.
What does
Yeah,
that
they'd
mean?
go to the hairdresser and they'd short hair and their hair would get put into rollers
Oh,
and then
a
it would be
perm.
set in one of those things.
Oh, like in the movies where they would have the thing on their head for
Yes,
ages.
they looked like
Yeah.
they were going into space.
Am I going insane? It's a perm, right?
No, I don't. Is it?
Isn't perm short for permanent?
No, but they'd have to get it done every week. They'd get them put in hot rollers and then the clips put in. I don't
Is
think
that
it
not
was
a
a
perm?
perm.
I
A
thought that's
perm
a
is more
perm.
permanent. These were just like every Monday they'd get their hair washed and their hair set.
I know you're saying
Every Monday.
I think that's a perm.
No, it's not. I don't think it is. A perm is turning your hair chemically curly for a long
is
time.
it?
This was
Okay.
just a weekly
Have you
thing
ever had
my
a perm,
grandparents used to
Tommy boy?
do.
Never had a perm. Just looked like I have before.
Okay.
So I thought it was weird. And now that I'm getting to that age, I know I'm a long way away from being a grandparent. Actually, probably not. I could be a grandparent pretty soon. I'm not.
Why are you putting that into the universe?
No, I'm just saying I realised that my child is about to turn 18, but you assume your kid's only little and you realise they're growing up in the world and I could be a grandparent in the next decade or
that
something,
kid that
right?
towers over you.
That's so
Yes.
weird to think about.
In the
I could
next
be-
decade, Carrie,
In the
you could
next
be-
decade,
you
I could be a grandparent.
Could be in the next year.
But look at me. I don't look old enough to be a grandparent,
Everyone.
do I?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Not at all.
That's so weird to think about. Anyway, I would love.
No, you've gone into your own head.
All I am is thinking about being a grandma, and then would I be one of those like hot grandmas?
Yes. Everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it'd be weird because I'd be a grandma, but then I'd have like my 7, 8-year-old at the same time. So
I
I'd
reckon
have
that
a
happens
young
all the
kid.
time.
I guess it does. I just hadn't thought about it. I think I assumed grandma in my head was when I was like 70 and old. Anyway,
Anyway,
I'm
Granny,
getting
what
old.
do you want to talk about?
No, I've just realised that I'd
Hang
love
on.
someone
when
to
you're
set.
70, you'll be like 50.
Oh, my
No,
God, you'll be a
no.
great grandma.
You'll be.
No,
well, you
I
might be
had
a
him when I
lousy
was
grandma.
27. I had him when I was 27. So at 70, he would be 43. Is that right?
It's not that far off 50, which I said.
Don't get bogged down in the numbers.
You're
Anyway,
the one who extrapolated.
I'm talking about something else right now.
Oh, Granny's getting angry.
She's forgotten what she's talking about.
Someone get her an ice bobo. She's cracked it.
Actually, maybe I want to change what I was talking. So what I actually wanted to talk about, I'll quickly say, and then let's get back to the grandparent thing. What I wanted
This
to
is
say
very grandparent behaviour.
was that stop interrupting me.
Yeah,
This is
Pinch
what
him on the
grandkids
cheeks.
do.
Pinch him on the cheeks.
Is that I would love if someone set my hair every Monday for the week. Like one of the benefits when I used to be on the project was someone would do my hair and it would last for a few days and it would be a blow away. For now I realise how heavenly it would be if I never had to wash my hair and I just plonk myself on a Monday down at a hair salon and then it was good for the week. But then this takes me to my next question. I'm very grey, so I have to get my hair coloured often. But I don't understand what the blue rinse is.
I don't
Why
understand
do
either.
all old people have blue hair? Is it a way of colouring
Without
grey?
it
But why?
breaking
But
your
why
hair.
aren't you making it a grey colour if it's to make it look grey? Why does it look blue? 131060. I need someone to explain the blue rinse to
Yes.
me. Is the first thing. But now back to the grandparents thing while we're talking about it. I would love to talk to people who have young children themselves and they're also a grandparent and just what a weird world that is. We've got someone up next. Call us 131060 if you want to join the conversation. Also, what's a blue rinse?
Carrie and Tommy.
Your Wednesday arvo. It is Nana and Tommy driving you home.
No, I've just realised in the next few years I could theoretically become a grandparent, and
Next
I've
year.
never had that thought before in my entire life. And so it just suddenly hit me while we were having a conversation on air about blue rinses, because my nan used to get her hair set every Monday, and I'm at the point where my hair's so grey and I'm so sick of doing it myself. I'd be there for a Monday morning blow wave. But I just don't get what the blue rinse is. So first of all, let's go to Oz. Hey, Oz. Do you
Carrie.
know what a blue rinse is?
I sure do. I'm a hairstylist of over 20 years, and we used to get lovely little old ladies coming into the hairdressing school for their sets on a Monday morning, and we would do their sets. We'd wash their hair and set their hair in those rollers that you're talking about. Basically, the blue rinse was to neutralise the brassiness that comes through with natural grey hair. So where they get that yellow tinge, like with blondes, when we get yellow in our blonde hair and we use like a purple shampoo to
Yes.
neutralise the colour.
Yeah.
So basically it's to neutralise that really stubborn grey that goes a really off
But
yellow.
why have
as-
we decided that we would prefer our hair to look blue?
You know what it is? Most
than
of the older,
golden?
because the women are very conservative and that's the tone that they choose.
But
So
Oz, I
it's-
would have thought that blue hair is not conservative.
I know,
I would
it
have
feels-
thought about punks and stuff like that.
Yeah, look, it's just the tone that comes up, unfortunately. Like that's the only thing that neutralises that really off brassy colour that comes through.
God.
And, you know, as your hair naturally loses its colour, it's a lot harder for anything else to grab onto it. So when
Well,
we're
I'm getting
neutralising
so
it,
grey. I was
that's
like,
what
I
they
reckon
use.
I could have my colour done every fortnight. I'm that grey. Am I close to getting a blue rinse?
No, you're not. You're absolutely gorgeous, and I would love to set your hair for you. I wish I was close to you. I would love to set your hair for you every Monday.
Harry, you
Good
could
on
just
you,
go
Oz.
get your hair set. Thank you, Oz. You could just, why don't you go
I
get
know.
your hair
I
set?
guess that's what I'm getting at. I'm at the point where I'm like, would I consider doing that?
Do you just need
and then
to-
not washing my hair for a week?
Maybe you just need another job in TV. It sounds like that's what you're missing.
Oh, I feel like that comes with extra work. I just wanted to read an old mag from like the 90s in the chair while my hair's done. Megan, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Yeah, what are you calling about?
I have a grandbaby who's 12 months old. I also have a 7-year-old son.
That's
Oh,
what I'm talking about.
Megan-
I'm literally about to do school pickup right now from primary school.
Megan, you're young enough that it's not rude to ask. How old are you?
I'm 40. I'll be 42 on Friday. It's my birthday week.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
When do you think, just feeling it in your waters, when do you think Carrie's going to be a grandma?
I reckon maybe a few years still.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
a few years still.
Were you an unexpected grandma or a planned grandma?
I think it was unexpected for me, but for my daughter it was planned.
How old was
She's
she
a-
at the time? Did you
20.
have her quite
20.
young?
I did. I had her at 20 and she had her baby at 20 as
Wow.
well. And she's a born mum. She's got her stuff together better than I do at 40, at 20. So
Wow.
she's amazing.
Good on
But
you,
yes.
Megan.
So do people ask you, what questions do people ask you?
Not much. It's really funny because actually, I'm finding a few of my friends are either becoming mothers at 40 or becoming grandparents.
But if you're holding
And-
your 12-month-old
Oh, they think
granddaughter,
that
do
she's
people
my baby.
assume then she's your
Yeah.
baby? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
But
nice?
she has, it is. I love
Yeah.
it. But I'm like, actually, no. This is my grandchild. And it's a completely different love. So it's that all-consuming love that you have as a parent, but without the work.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what everybody says. Is that not a cliche? You've got the exact
It's not a cliche.
example
I've
of it in
worked
front
out,
of you.
Though. I've
Yeah.
worked it out, though. I get to fall in love because I've got 3 other children as well as my daughter. I get to fall in love with my daughter as a mum, but also my other daughter as an auntie and my 2 baby sons, who are 10 and 7, as uncles, and fall in love with them all over in their new step and chapter of their world.
Carrie, it sounds
and
pretty
that's
does
what
good.
it
sound
is.
pretty
You should do it,
good.
Carrie. Become a grandma.
No, I don't choose that.
Tell Ollie to do it.
Lavina. Thanks, Megan.
How are you going?
Good, Lavina. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Give us your situation. What are you, a grandmother?
Yeah, I became a grandmother at 35.
Wow.
I've had 6 kids, and 2 of my eldest ones actually have 2 babies of their own, so I've got 4 grandkids at the age of 38.
Wow, Lavina.
Do
Yeah.
you agree with the last caller with Megan about how the love feels different?
Yes, 100%. It's, totally different love to your own children, for sure.
It's so wild
it's-
to,
yeah.
to think like you can. It's just because we're so attuned to the word grandma being
Old,
older.
I know.
But like I can say I went on a date with a grandma and she'd be younger than me.
Well, she's 35, yes.
Yeah,
That's so weird, isn't it?
yeah.
How funny. What about Cameron? Hey, Cameron.
I'll try. G'day, Cameron.
G'day, how you going?
Yeah, good. Do you think Carrie should be a grandma?
Yes, Carrie would make a nice gilf.
Oh, my God. Thank you, Cameron. I'll take it where I can.
Carrie and Tommy.
For your Wednesday Arvo, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little for the drive home.
Before we find out how you lost your pants, I want to tell everybody that you have the chance to go on a family holiday to Fiji worth $10,000. You've got, I reckon, just about 24 hours left. So if you don't get on now, you are going to miss out. All you got to do is go to carriesbeaniesforbraincancer.com, buy a beanie. They're half price now, so they're only $14.95. Buy one and then go and enter the comp to win your chance for the family holiday. You can buy as many as you want and then enter subsequent times as well. Get yourself in the running. We will let you know over the next couple of days who has won a family holiday to Fiji. So go do it right this second.
I think I've coined this saying, but you've got to be in it to go to Fiji. I've got a news story now from India. Hit it, Jesse.
What a tune.
Changing light bulbs, everyone. Bit of fun. I love when animals attack.
Oh,
Fantastic.
what
Just
kind
a bit
of,
of fun.
are we at a zoo? Are we in a backyard? Where are we? Set the scene.
Do you remember there was that story? It was from India as well. It was years ago, but we did it on the show. And they don't know what the lady did, but it was normally a very docile elephant.
Oh, my God.
And it attacked her, and sadly she lost her life. But then the same elephant went back to her funeral and stomped her casket.
That's right.
And
She must have done something. He was
She
not
must have
happy
done
with
something.
him.
And often these animals are just trying to exist, and people are doing stupid stuff. And so I don't mind when the animal turns on them. This one is over in southwest India, and a man. Thank you.
Is that the only Indian song we have in the collection?
A man identified as R. Basavaraju, Mr. Basavaraju, reportedly trespassed into a restricted forest near a temple in southwest India. And all he wanted to do was take a selfie with the elephant in the background. The elephant quickly went from being in the background of his photo to being in the foreground.
Oh, my God.
But then he looked back, and as he saw it coming towards him, he turned to run away, and he tripped on his own feet,
Oh, no.
and the elephant stomped him a bit.
Oh,
A bit.
my God.
Yeah, ran over him, hit him a couple of times, and he's okay.
Is he alive?
He's alive, yes. He did have some injuries, which caused him to go to hospital.
Because how much do they weigh? They weigh like heaps.
Do we know about this story because he was taking a selfie video and there's footage of this?
No,
Oh.
someone else was filming him trying to take his selfie. But this is the great bit, and I really love it. He stumbles and falls before the elephant catches up and stomps on him several times, managing to take off his pants and underwear in the attack.
He dacked him.
He
The elephant
dacked
dacked him. Oh,
So
my
what-
God. Elephants are up to 6,000 kilos.
Beautiful. They're big and beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Aren't they? Isn't big
They are
beautiful?
beautiful.
Yeah. You know, the Indian subcontinent has at least 30,000 wild elephants, more than any other country.
So what do you want to know? I'm 13, 10, 60
How'd
when
you lose
an
your pants?
elephant dack you.
No, that's very specific. If an elephant has dacked you, of course we want to hear from you, 13 10 60. But I want to know, when did your pants come off? Because this bloke, all he wanted was a selfie, and he ended up with his pants around his ankles in hospital. Give us a call, 13 10 60. When did you lose your pants?
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
Time game is coming up a little bit later on. $1,400 on the line today.
But right now, we are asking, how did you lose your pants? Bit of Indian music, please. Thank you. Because Mr. Bazavaraju wanted to take a selfie with an elephant over in India. And as he was looking at his screen, he thought, geez, that's a big elephant. It's getting bigger. It's getting heaps bigger. Actually, that's running at me. And he turned to try and run away, tripped over his own feet, and then the elephant stomped on him a few times, managing to take off his pants and underwear in the attack. He's
Tracy,
okay.
have you had a similar thing happen to you?
Yes. So picture this.
Yeah.
I'm 6 months pregnant. I have a 2.5-year-old child in the seat on the back of my bike,
Mm-hmm.
and a dog on the
Oh,
handlebar.
my God.
On the lead from the handlebar. We're riding along happily, dog coming the other direction. My dog gets a fright, runs across in front of the bike,
Oh,
twists the handlebars, and of course we all end up on the ground.
Oh.
And in the process, the bike seat caught my pants and took them with it. And I was wearing a G-string to match.
Oh, my God.
The people that were responsible for the other dog must have just saw my full moon view and kept going. Didn't stop to see that I was okay.
Oh, my
Or
God.
anything. And the child was fine, not a scratch on the child. The baby in the belly was fine, just me with a bit of skin off my knees and my hands. And
Trace,
and
that's a lot to, like, when I see people pushing prams with the dogs and the toddlers, I think, God, it's so many things to think about at one time. To add a bike into that mix, that's really challenging. That's really
and mental
upping the...
note to self, do not lead dog off bike.
I mean, the good thing was you were wearing your safety underwear, Trace.
I know.
I love it, Trace.
Oh, good on you, Trace. What about Kim? Hey, Kim.
Hello.
When'd you lose your pants?
I was getting whipped around on a jet ski tube out in the middle of the dam, and in a bit of speed, coming off a tube, tends to rip off your jocks. End up with nothing on in the water and had to climb back onto the jet ski with all my bits out.
Could you find your jocks in the water, Kim, or are they
No,
fun?
I was swimming around forever trying to look for them because I was too embarrassed to get out of the water.
Who were you on the jet ski with?
My partner at the time.
Okay, so I was going to
But
say, it
there's a
wasn't
couple
like
of
you're on a
people out
tour.
on the water, so.
Yeah,
no,
you were, no.
What about when you got
I
back
wouldn't
in?
have got out the water.
Yeah.
I couldn't go back in because I didn't have any spare pants, so now I always take a spare pair of togs with me.
But so what, did you just live on the jet ski for a while? Like, how did you get back to...
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just stayed on the jet ski until we got back, and then we had a towel, so I just quickly wrapped myself up and floated around in the water till I got a towel.
Maybe that's what happened to Orlando. You know, when he was on the
That was a stand-up paddleboard.
Maybe he accidentally lost his pants.
Kim was talking about the extreme speed of getting towed behind
Yeah.
a jet ski. Do you reckon he was paddling really fast?
Maybe his pants got caught on the oar thing and, you know,
Maybe.
Or maybe he's just happy with himself and thought, I'll just paddleboard naked.
Paddleboarding naked. Oh, my
That's
gosh.
size.
You just
too
took
much.
yourself off then. Is that your thing, Carrie? Men paddleboarding nude?
No.
No, I don't think that's the thing.
No, I think it was just a collection of things. Well, it was just one thing, really. Zach. Hey, Zach.
Yeah, how are we?
Yeah, how
Carrie's
are you?
lost. Carrie's
Yeah,
lost.
not bad.
the thoughts.
When did you lose your pants, Zach?
I was 10 years old and wet and wild, you know, just trying to come out of the comfort zone as a young boy, and jumped on the flow rider and tried to carve up my skills, and nothing but carved up my pants.
Where did your pants end up?
The boardies got caught up in the machine, and I had to stand up, cover my bits, and ask the lady, what next?
What did she
there's a
say?
Rip Curl. She said, there's a Rip Curl shop over there. Just tell your dad to go buy you a pair.
Did you get a sweet new pair of Rip Curl boardies?
Oh, I mean, not for free of charge. They're about $80, but you know how it is.
But Dad would have done that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
of
the
course.
great
that's
lesson for the
nice.
kids listening. Just go to Wet n Wild, get rid of your boardies.
Carrie and Tommy.
Be Wednesday, Arvo. It is Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little for the drive home.
So, 13 10 60.
Yeah.
Get involved in this conversation because I'm keen to know your thoughts. Do you think it is okay to track your partner? Initially, you said no when we just talked about it before. Still, stand by that. No reason why you think in a relationship you should be able to know where your partner is by looking online.
I think it's the equivalent to putting a collar on them that you can know their every movements and shock them whenever you want.
What if it's for safety?
What safety?
Well, so that if you don't hear from your partner or your partner goes out, then you might be able to know where they are.
I don't really understand. If they haven't
I can
got
give you
in
an
touch
example.
with you.
So I always thought this was bad, but then one time Kaz went out with the girls and it ended up being a pretty big night. And when I went to go and pick her up, she had just started walking. And I was like, where are you? And she said, I'm in this suburb. And I was like, that doesn't narrow it down for me at all. She said, I'm in the dark street. And I was like, great.
Right, that narrows it down.
So I just drove around until I found her, which luckily didn't take too long. But then we were like, hey, next time, why don't we put the location thing on and then I can just drive to where you are. And then we tried that the next time, but unfortunately the location doesn't update quickly enough. And after a big night, she's on the move.
It's surprising she's moving so quickly after a big night. So Instagram is rolling out this new feature. I don't know if it started yet or not, but where a bit like Snap, where you can share your people can see where you are at all times. Now you have to opt in, so you've got to turn it on, so it's not automatically going to be on. But I realised in talking to people that are younger than myself, they're all like, yeah, whatever. They weren't that bothered by it. And I couldn't understand why people would need to see where you are while using Instagram. And I realised I think it might be a generational thing. So I have always been, and we've always been told to be uncomfortable with a stranger following me. Don't ever give your home address out. Don't ever, like that's how we were raised. Well, that's how I was raised as a girl. Stranger danger was a massive thing. Even with our kids, we tell them not to share their address with someone online, not to share all this personal information. I think it's why I find being followed by PAP so uncomfortable, because it's a person you don't know knowing where you are. Like it's so weird. But the younger generation now, they've all got like the location sharing on Snap. Like I could say to my son, you know, oh, why don't you go hang out with so-and-so? And he'd go, oh, nah, he's over at his grandpa's. And I'm like, how do you know? And he goes, oh, I can just see it online. I'm like, that's weird. That's so weird. And, you know, parents often, I've got my son on Life 360, which is an app, and I rarely look at where he is. In fact, I haven't used it in so long because I have an inherent trust about where he is and where he tells me. But then I wonder, would I feel the same if it was my daughter? If I had the chance to track where my 17-year-old daughter was, would I track her?
I think your kid is very different to your partner.
But the interesting step about this, which is what I want to talk about, is because young people are so used to everyone knowing where they are, they're saying it's getting really complicated in relationships because obviously you know more and more, and we're all learning more and more about coercive control, and in particular tech-based coercive control, where it's, you know, like a behavioural pattern that is used to control and manipulate and create fear in a relationship for a man to control a woman. And because 1 in 5 young adults, that's the latest stats, think tracking a partner is okay, they're saying young people aren't realising anymore where their partner is trying to keep tabs on them and control them in this subtle kind of way because they're so used to everyone knowing where they are. Like, sure, you can have my passwords, you can follow me, you can this. I'm used to sharing it all.
1 in 5 is quite low.
I don't think so. 1 in 5, that's a quarter. No,
it means 80. It means 80%
okay,
of people.
Back to school I go.
It means 80% of people don't think it's okay, though, right?
But I think if you look at the percentage then of relationships, of how many relationships, that's a huge number of people.
When you said it's a generational thing, I would have thought 80% of people still think it's not okay. It's not a big shift.
But then there's the what's the word? The graph they've used. There's strongly disagree, then disagree, then and the area of okay about it is more than 1 in 5. It's just the strongly disagree is 1 in 5. So you could probably increase that to maybe 40% of young people are like, yeah, my partner can follow me at all times.
Do you think it's okay?
I think it's strange. I think it's weird. And I think that unless I I even went away with a friend when we were overseas and her partner would say, oh, why aren't you guys home yet? And I'd be like, how do they know where you are? And she'd say, oh, because he can see that I'm at whatever nightclub or whatever. And I was like, I guess part of me was like, is that safety or is that control? Or I don't know. I think it's a fine line. And I think you're right. Maybe kids is different. Maybe You know, I mean, my parents never knew where I was. But at what point do you also have to let your kids exist in the world and, like, we can't save them every single time they need help. Do you know what I mean?
But it's like any of those things. Like, it's okay for a parent if you've got a young kid to monitor their internet usage and stuff like that. As soon as it's your partner, it's weird.
13 10 60, do you think it's okay to track your partner? And I want to know the reasons why. Give us a call.
Carrie and Tommy.
We're having the discussion whether it's okay to track your partner. New research has found that younger people are a lot more okay with being tracked by their partner because they're used to being tracked. They're used to seeing where their friends are on Snap. Instagram's about to bring in a new feature where you can see where your friends are on Insta. You know, they're often followed by their parents, Find My Phone or Life 360 or whatever from a young age, but that it can lead to issues in relationships, coercive control, all that kind of thing. And we're asking you, what are the good reasons really and why you track your partner? And one of our producers, Zoe, was saying it's interesting if you flip it and your partner refuses to let you track them. Well, does that just create an idea of, well, hang on, well, what are you doing then that you don't want me to see, when they might just categorically not like the idea, the principle that you can track each other? Hayden, how are you?
Good.
Do you track your partner?
I don't necessarily track her, but she broke her wrist last year and ended up having to catch Ubers to and from work every day.
Mm-hmm.
And she suggested downloading the app just so that I could make sure she was safe on her trips to and from work, because she's finished at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I mean, I often share
catching an Uber 20 minutes home was one of those things.
I often share my Uber ride with friends so they know what I'm in. I mean, I think that is quite a female, fear.
But you can do that without keeping the location on, right?
Yep. Yeah. Did you then turn? Well, it's still happening now, isn't it? Do you still have it on?
No. We've still got it going now. We've got Life 360.
Yeah.
As you mentioned before, we only use it now so we can see how close we are from home to then be able to go out the front and help get groceries inside or whatever inside after the day's work.
Well, that's pretty lovely.
That's about it now. We don't use it otherwise.
How do you, and Hayden, I'm not doubting you at all, but how do you know when it gets to the point where you both go, we only check this, once a day, right? And then how do you know if your partner's not checking it 10 times a day and knows your every move?
Oh, because I've been with her 18 years and I trust her.
Yep, fair enough.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks, Hayden.
What about Rhiannon? Rhiannon, are you one of these young people that we speak of?
I'm all for having your partner's location, not to the extent of to watch where they are all the time, but in the sense of safety. And I actually have a really funny story.
Hold on, before you tell us it, how old are you, Rhiannon?
I'm 20.
Okay, you're 20, yep.
So a few years ago when I was working, I left my phone on the roof of my car and I drove off, obviously, and I couldn't find my phone, and I actually rung my partner to see where it was on Life 360, and that's how I found it.
Why? What are you being quiet over there for?
I just think it's wonderful to hear stories like that, but I think the negative downsides and the consequences, particularly if you're in a bad relationship, of trying to hide initial movements because maybe it's a relationship you want to get out of, and the consequences for being found and the consequences for being tracked constantly far outweigh the occasional story we get of getting a lost phone back. And so I find it hard to talk about.
Do you agree with that, Peter?
So I do agree with Tommy completely.
Yeah. Did you end a relationship over it?
Yeah, she asked to track me and I just turned around and said no. I said, do you trust me? And she sort of gave me a funny look and that was it.
Yeah. And then I find when you, it should be a basic privilege in this life that we don't have to be tracked. And I understand when there's particularly women involved that it can be a safety concern. But I feel like your baseline should be, I'm allowed to live a life without being tracked. And then if you say no to such things, it's weaponized against you and it suddenly becomes an issue when really you're just asking for your basic privilege as a human being.
Peter, was your relationship at a point where there might be a reason she's asking you? Was it not going in a good direction?
I thought it was going okay. It was quite early on, so it hadn't sort of developed into anything massive yet. It was like 6-7 month relationship. Sort of came out of the blue and I was just like, no, not a fan, not going to happen.
Yeah.
It is interesting looking at a lot of the calls coming through that we haven't had a chance to get them. Long-term marriages saying absolutely happy. I guess that's the interesting thing, isn't it? The level of trust you already have with your partner when you start tracking them versus whether that's the basis of how you form your relationship, needing to know where they are at all times. It's almost like a security blanket that's a false sense of safety and hope. Do you know what not hope, what's the word? Trust.
Yeah.
Anyway, interesting conversation, people. Thank you.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
Around the country for your drive home this afternoon. It's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little.
Yeah, we got Guy Sebastian in studio to talk his new album. He's picked up a random item that's been left on the desk. What is that you've got in your hand?
It seems like it's padded. There's like little booby
It's a T-shirt.
things in there.
It's more
And
than
abs.
boobies. Look at what it is.
It's a muscle top.
It's a muscle top. So if you want to pretend you've got muscles, you wear that underneath you.
I need that at the moment.
What's happened?
No,
you're not your men's health
my body's not as finely tuned as it was I've been on the recovery road since.
I know you hurt. What was it? Your hammy?
Went out with Fev and popped my Achilles. That's all right. It's healing. I'm getting there. I've just got one like Thor-like calf muscle that's been doing all the work. I'll show you. I know people listening can't see it, but
we do. That's my God!
This is my good calf.
Oh my gosh, that looks like. If I could describe, how would you describe that to people?
Carved from stone.
Yeah.
Yes, and then the other one is what?
Chicken little leg.
Oh, little.
Chicken leg that has nothing on it.
Crazy.
Is that you tensing the other one?
No, I don't know. I can't even tense it. No, it's like dead.
Do you
it's
know?
Atrophied.
I don't want to be offensive.
Yeah.
But if I only saw you from the knee down with those jeans and shoes on, I would assume a 95-year-old man had just walked into the studio.
Oh, that's what I was going for.
What's with the socks, mate? The white socks and the shoes.
I can't believe you would insult our guests like that. Guy, I'm here to even the ledger. If I saw you from the knees down, I would assume you were a beautiful young lady.
I appreciate that.
Off
Thank
to private
you.
school.
Thank you. With very hairy legs.
Some to hold the socks up.
You are here to talk about your new fragrance. What's it called?
Ive.
Ive.
After
We are
my
going
dad.
to.
His name's Ivan. Yeah, my mum calls him Ive, and Dad's he's a legend. My dad was he's a geologist, and so he'd work month on month off. So he'd leave for the oil rigs and worked so hard to put 4 boys through school, and he always smelled great. My dad he smelled amazing. So when he'd leave for work, his scent would just linger, and I credit him because I just saw that man my hero would leave to work really hard, and he always dressed well and he smelled good, and so I became fragrance obsessed at a young age.
How funny!
You always smell good. You always smell good.
So I felt the pressure because my goal before you spray it, and I want honest feedback. My goal was to create something. If it's a genre, it's not really pop. It's sort of a bit more organic, earthy, leather, tobacco, wood sort of smell. And every time I ask someone, "Oh, dude, what are you wearing?" and I look it up, it's always like $300 or $400. And so I wanted to create something special that was. This is $39.99 at Chemist Warehouse. I just want blokes to be able to just bath in it and not care.
Not too much, though.
Yeah.
Girls don't want too much.
Not too much.
Not too much. Up next, we want to chat to you a bit more. Are you happy to stick around?
Of course.
Carrie and Tommy.
Around Australia for your drive home, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little. We still got Guy Sebastian with us.
You are here to talk about your new album, 100 Times Around the Sun. It is available now. How'd you feel that Taylor stole your countdown idea, like the tension that she provided, the podcast with Travis? Where were you doing that gear?
I was very scared because I thought, oh, God, Taylor's dropping an album. There goes any chance of debuting well in the charts. I love Taylor, but no one can compete with Taylor. She is a force to be reckoned with. And then I saw that it wasn't actually an album that she was dropping, and I was like, oh, good. And I've still got competition with Demon Hunters.
Oh,
K-pop.
my God. Well, yeah, my
I've
family
heard
are
about
picking
it.
Demon Hunters over you. And by the sounds of your son singing, your son is picking Demon Hunters.
I came home and I was like, Archie, that cover you did, do you know they're the people that are probably going to get my number one this week?
If you haven't heard it, this is Archie singing Demon Hunters. It's phenomenal. So that song is being sung in my house at the moment, and it does not sound like
He's really good.
So good.
I got home last night. I saw him because I've been on the promo trail and I've been just sort of in dribs and drabs, just coming home for like showering and then leaving again. And I was like, Arch, do you know pretty much every interview I've done, like on telly or on radio, I've been talking about you. And he's like, what? What are they saying? I'm like, they reckon you're really good. Everyone's saying you're really good. And he's like, oh, okay. It's just interesting to see like a kid that he doesn't know he's good. He doesn't know he's like he's only
good.
starting to come into it. And
Would you want him to get into that world?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't. The fact that your journey hasn't put you off wanting your son. To have that journey.
And I also know it's like my job's. I'm not really to tell him what to do or what to be passionate about. It's just to guide him, and it's scary. Like there's heaps of scary stuff, you guys know, like in this industry. But I think back to when I wanted to do this for a job. Like if my parents were like, no, you're not doing it. No, it's a terrible industry. And, like as if you're going to listen, you know, you're going to follow your dreams. And he's, school isn't really his thing. So I'm just really stoked he's got this thing that makes him feel special. Like Hudson is my 13-year-old. He's just a cracking looking kid as well. Like he's just blue eyes. He's such a good looking little fella and he's good at everything. Like he's one of those. And
so annoying.
And he's really confident and he's good, heaps good at sport, like plays AFL. He's in the Swans Academy and
really?
And
God, you've got overachievers.
No, so Archie always, I think, felt a little bit sort of like trying to find his place in the world. And then he started singing and it's his thing, and he's really good at it. And I don't know, I just love that he's found his thing and I'm not putting any pressure on him. Like last night, I did a live, like on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and he was going to sing, but then I looked at his face and he just looked terrified, and I was like, mate, don't worry, no, you don't have to jump on. I was going to get him to jump on and sing a little bit, and he was like excited at first, and then I saw his face, he was terrified. He got in a little tracksuit and everything, like dressed up for it, but then, I'll never force it.
Yeah.
He needs to love the craft. Because I've seen the dangers of being on shows like The Voice and X Factor and stuff. You see heaps of kids whose parents say, "You're a star. You're. Oh my gosh, like my child is a star, and they're going to be the next big thing." And so you've sort of defined what success looks like in accordance to their craft. And if they don't meet those, then their craft will represent failure to them their whole life. And I want him to just love music. And I know now that there's no point getting him a singing teacher or something. Like he's got what you can't teach.
Imagine a singing teacher going, so
you're good.
What do we do with this?
Yeah,
you're fine.
He did this. He did this thing. He came up to me and he goes, "Oh, I'm going to do this other thing that's trending." And I don't know how he knows because he's not on social media, but we've got an account for him that me and Jules set up for him, and he's seen this other thing that I can't do. Like it's really difficult to do. It's this run that this girl in the Netherlands, she uploaded this cover, and she does this little trick. It's called a vocal run, and it's really fast, really intricate, and really difficult. And I was like, dude, can you do that? He goes, yeah, I want to do that for my next video. And I was like, all right, go do it. And he does it so effortlessly, and so like he's doing things that most like
Can you give
adults.
us just a little taste for what you mean by a run?
Oh, a run. So the run, like for example, right, there was a run I always used to love Craig David did in which song was it? And I don't want to live my life. So my life. It's when you run and do it.
Yeah, okay.
Like it takes a lot of practice.
Yeah.
A lot
It's
of
the
practice.
anthem one. Whenever singers do the anthem, they always throw that in.
Yes, they do, especially in America.
Yes.
But yeah, it might sound like a bit of fluff to people who aren't musical, but that was what I did in front of the radio growing up for 5-6 hours at a time. I like Boys to Men. There might be one like a little trick that they do, and I would sit there. I'd start slow, like and I'd get faster and faster and faster until I would hit every note clean. Because when you're not trained, it becomes like like it's just like one note, but to separate
We're going to
it.
isolate that, and that was Guy singing on our show today.
But that's the 10,000 hours thing, and it's that thing you can't teach. But he gets emotional in the studio when he sings, and like he's got music means something to him. So I know like there's nothing I can teach him. I just need to guide him and make sure he just like doesn't feel pressure.
They're also such beautiful kids. After you obviously stayed at our house last Christmas, and my kids were saying like they're so well mannered, Mum. They were so beautiful. But then when we stayed at your house, because we did this house swap, you had this thing on your wall, and it was like a family values thing, and we were reading the family values, and we were almost in tears. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever read. Really? And then we started working out what our family values were going to be, and we're like, we can't really copy the Sebastian family values, but they've made pretty good kids, so maybe we need to. But it was a lovely, I don't know, that you've done a good job.
Your son was so kind as well, and he's a bit older than my Huddy, but they were like best mates. Huddy was obsessed with your son.
And they talked fishing, which is weird because I don't think I've ever seen my son fish.
Really?
Anyway. Hey, Guy's new album, 100 Times Around the Sun, is available now. You can catch him on tour. Just head to guysebastian.com for tickets and all the info there, Guy. It is always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carrie and Tommy.
So it seems we are in the minority.
With what?
What are you smiling at?
Oh, I just lick my neck, lick my back. I was going to ask you questions. Not appropriate.
Oh, great. Well, you think about that while
Can
I talk.
I ask?
I don't know. What's your question?
Is there
I
a
want
bit
to talk
of your
about
body,
Taylor
body
Swift and
that hasn't been licked, do you think?
Oh my God, that is none of your business.
Yeah, okay, Jesse.
No,
Of course there is
Not
a part
one
of my
inch of
body
this hasn't been licked.
Sorry, is there a part of my body that hasn't been licked?
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon like my shin.
Rude.
I don't know if anyone's ever licked my shin.
You should try it. It's pretty good.
Shoulder blade, maybe?
Shoulder blade. Someone would have licked your shoulder blade. Even when you were playing sport, you would have got a mouth to the shoulder or something.
I didn't play sport with people licking each other. What sport were you playing?
No, but if you jump in basketball, you get an open mouth.
Oh, the producers said a dog would have licked my shin at some point.
Because I think mine would be the
God.
back of my knees.
No one's ever licked them.
Don't think so.
Let's make it a listener event.
That's me. No, that's my place.
I was going to tell you about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So I was going to say we're in the minority because yesterday there was a big countdown on what was Taylor going to release, and she was releasing that she's got a new album coming out. What, Life of a Showgirl? No, something like that. Yep. And we were like, oh, come.
Name?
Why?
Isn't that what Pammy's movie was called?
Anyway, while producers work on that, we were saying, did we need that much?
The Last Showgirl.
We were saying, did we need that much lead up to the announcement of a pre-order for an album? Everybody's telling me, yep, we did.
Sorry.
And we're the only ones that missed that.
No, to be fair, I thought it was pretty exciting.
I just thought there was going to be an engagement or a baby announcement. That's what I thought. Anyway, we are yet to hear their podcast they've done together. That's due out tomorrow. We will give you a full rundown. Be sure if you stay listening to our show. But in the meantime, I've just seen an interview Travis has done with
That podcast
GQ
is
magazine.
available on Listener, so yes, you do.
It's great.
Yeah, it's
I've heard.
excellent.
And you should get it.
And he talks about how when he and Taylor fell in love, and he said it was very organic. He said, to be fair, when I'm with her, it just feels like we're regular people and there's not a camera on us. We're just two people in love. He said it can be perceived as something else because of how much it's talked about and how much we attract whenever we go out. But he said they're just very normal people. And he said they fell in love based off the people we were sitting in a room together with.
That's what I thought. When I saw... because when she was doing shows here,
so funny.
and I saw him getting off the private jet and had all the people around him watching for paparazzi, I thought it's just nice to see another regular bloke touch down on her shores.
But also based off the people that were in the room. Like, what made you fall in love? Oh, just comparing her to the other people in the room.
No, I don't think it's that. I think he was saying...
Hadid about this.
Yeah.
But he did say something interesting. He said, when you see me hanging out at the US Open with Taylor, it may look like the two of us are partying, he says, but I'm just enjoying the fun of being at this really cool event that I've always wanted to go to with the person I love. Put it another way, he says, I've become way more strategic in understanding what I'm portraying to people. I have a good understanding now of how I want to be portrayed. Does that mean it's more calculated or it's more considered?
No, your hate for him is high.
No, I'm just asking. Anyway, it's just posing the question.
So he's fake.
I haven't said anything.
Sorry,
I'm just reading
trying
his
to work
words.
out what your words
I'm
are.
asking, what does that even mean? What does that he's now considering how he's portrayed mean?
It's weird to say I'm just a normal person, but I'm really, really considering how I'm being portrayed. So I'll make sure.
Thanks,
it's good.
Zoe. At least someone can get in on the conversation. Let's get a bit of Tay-Tay on now, shall we? Ahead of tomorrow's podcast announce.
On the listener app.
Carrie and Tommy.
You Wednesday Arvo, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little.
Time for mine. Banana for mine. Be more mine. Time game. Carrie and Tommy's time game.
Sammy, Sam.
Hello.
Sammy, Sam. How are you, Sammy?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. You've got a lovely voice, Sammy.
Oh, thank you.
What do you do for a job, Sammy?
Compliment in return.
I'm a teacher.
Oh, good on you. What years do you teach, Sam?
High school, so 7 or 12, really.
I'm so sorry, Sam. Carrie is now hitting on you.
No, I'm just checking whether he's good with math. Clearly he is. What sort of teacher are you?
I am a maths and PE teacher.
Well,
maths and PE.
Yes.
You don't see that often. A bit of Pythagoras and dodgeball.
Sammy, it's a lovely combo.
Sammy, is PE just a chance to relax?
Most of the time.
Yeah, our PE teacher, he wouldn't turn up to class and we'd go find him and he'd be asleep in the sick bay. Do you ever sleep in the sick bay, Sam?
We don't, but we usually bring out the dodgeball when we feel like having a throw at some of the kids.
So, Sammy, it's going to be pretty embarrassing as a math teacher if you can't get this bang on 5, but I wish you luck and I look forward to when you tell the class tomorrow that you didn't. Actually, you won't be able to tell the class because you'll be dead.
Yes. I've got a question about that and maybe I'll go to the maths teacher. Is time maths?
Yes.
Is it?
My kids just learned about the clock in their math class.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good on Ollie.
No. All right, Sam, I'm going to pass you over to Jesse. You say stop at exactly 5 seconds.
Alrighty.
Start.
Stop.
Oh, I think that felt
Felt a bit long.
Really?
Yeah, what did it feel for you?
Pretty good. I felt it not in my waters, but I felt it just under my nipples.
How did Sammy go, Jesse?
5.
Oh, that's a great start.
Point.
Yes.
4-8.
Oh, God, we've lost a maths and PE teacher there.
It was very
And now the
slow
breeze.
speaking
Shut the
for
moon
a
door.
PE teacher. I was expecting a PE teacher to be like, yeah, up and about. It was pretty chill. Maybe it's been a long day.
But he's a slasher because it was
Yeah, he's a
maths as
slasher.
well. Maybe we've got the maths version. G'day, Fiona.
Hello.
Are you a teacher as well?
Absolutely not.
If you had to teach a subject, what would it be?
Oh, God, it wouldn't be maths or science.
Well, you do at least know how the clock works, Fiona.
Got it how a clock works? Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to pass you over to Jesse now. Say stop at exactly 5 seconds and $1,400 is coming your way.
Thanks.
Start.
Stop.
I don't understand why time is maths. Like, it feels like it should be its own thing.
What would it be?
That's a great question.
Like,
Maybe
gotta put it
geography?
somewhere.
History.
Maybe geography? Maybe history? Yeah, history's great.
But what
Well,
about...
you should
No,
answer.
because sometimes time's looking into the future. So it couldn't be in history class.
Yes, but we measure history in...
No, it doesn't fit there.
Time.
No. How did Fiona go?
5.
Oh.
Point.
Oh.
3-3.
Ooh, Naomi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Do you know why time is a maths subject?
I think it had something to do back in the day with the moons and the stars and all that sort of jazz.
See, it's a good point, Naomi.
All
but
that sort of jazz. I'd love a teacher who just said that. You know, guys, yep, the moon, the stars, all that kind of jazz. Anyway, there's your sack. Good luck.
Wouldn't that be geography? Or is physics maths?
Oh, astrology.
No.
Or is it its
Physics
own thing?
different. Physics is a separate thing.
Then shouldn't it be physics?
I don't know. Can we let Naomi play?
Okay. Naomi, are you ready to go?
Yes, all right, come on.
Start.
Stop.
Ooh, felt
Definitely
a little
not a
on
maths
the
teacher, Naomi.
quick side.
It says here, time itself isn't inherently mathematical. Its duration, intervals, and sequence of events are quantified and analysed using mathematical concepts and tools. That was so boring, wasn't it?
Sorry, I
everybody.
tuned out during it, if I'm being honest there. How
That doesn't explain much.
how did Naomi go?
3.71.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Follow
Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little on socials at Carrie Tommy Show.
Bye.
Bye.
Gary and Tommy are all wrapped up, but if you're just starting your property journey, Aussie has everything you need to find, buy and own your first home. Get started at aussie.com.au.